So good morning. I know at some stage I've got to have a shave and a few bits and pieces, but we've got a bit of a busy day today. I've got a delivery coming tomorrow afternoon from a company called Salco. I've got some blocks, some sand, some ballast, some other bits and pieces. I want to try and get it as close to the building area for the new pond as I possibly can. Which means today we're going to be breaking down the polytunnel, and then we're going to be storing that away for when just in case we need it. We're going to empty the swimming pool that's in there at the moment. We're going to be putting the fish that are in there that are doing really well, by the way. We're going to be putting those into the IBC tank. At the same time, we're going to be doing some bits and pieces today. I've come up with a new experiment. So obviously on the YouTube channels, by seeing obviously Jack from the Balding Reefer and also seeing Bond Guru, they use canister filters for their aquariums, and basically what they did in a few of the videos is they had something called a booster chamber, which was a small canister filter, if you like, that was then attached to a bigger canister filter that went into the aquarium. The booster canister contained just foams, basically, and then that went into the second canister filter, which had basically got your biological side of it. What I want to do is I want to scale that up and turn it from aquarium side into a pond side. So they normally use something like 23 litres. The boosters is probably, I don't know, 5 litres, something like that. I'm actually going to use two 12,000 litre pressure filters. I've got a couple that are floating around. They are being decommissioned, so because they're being decommissioned I can use them in the experiment. The reason why I want to do this is because I've got a project coming up at Daz's. I want to create a new filtration system for him on one of his swimming pools that he's got in his polytunnel. It is called Daz's Koi Farm, and I believe at some stage he has got a YouTube channel coming out. So watch his space on that one. So currently in the workshop at the moment because it is raining outside. But I've got to try and get as much done as I possibly can today. I'm not going to show you how to take the polytunnel down. I'm not going to show you how to empty a swimming pool. We all know how to do that. The last thing I want to do is bore anybody. I'm already quite boring anyway. Or I try to be as funny as I can, but you know what it's like with this ugly mug. So what I'll do is, and the same thing is going to be also with the canister filter, because when we open a canister filter, everybody knows what's inside them. What I will do is I'll explain what I'm going to be putting in there. So I'm going to be using, in the first stage, which we'll call the boost chamber, I am going to put coarse and medium filters in there. I'm going to take the fine one out completely. My intention for that then was I'm going to stick that in the second stage, just to see if I can polish up the water, as it were. So basically all you do is set the lid off, take all the filters out, give them a clean, put the filters back in. Then the second stage one, take all the filters out, empty them completely, put in Bio, Home, Ciprox, Alpha Grog, mixture of stuff. So that will give us a mixture then to create a biological home for them. And then obviously at the top of that then, so in theory what we'll have, excuse me finger, so what we'll have is, as the filter comes in, the one side it'll actually come out in through the filters, come down, round the top, back in and out the top. Second stage we'll go down into the middle, fill up, and then as it comes through the top, all the clear water will then come out the top of the pressure filter. So that's the way that we're going to be doing it on that one. So what I'll do is, first things first is, so I'll get the polytunnel down. I'll get the swimming pool out, and then what I'll do then is I'll set the swimming pool up down the bottom of the garden. so we can use that in case of emergencies. And then what I'll do then is a little bit further down the line, I'll set up the pressure filters, and then I'll show you what my plan is. Set them up so you can see how they're working. And then what we'll do then is, in a few weeks' time, once we know that all the filters are up and working, I'll probably do it after I've had the delivery. So when I've had the delivery, then I'll do an update and come back and I'll do an underwater shot of the water, so that should give you a good understanding of what it will look like. So I'll get the first stage done, I'll set up the swimming pool, and then I'll get back to you. Right, so we're probably about a couple of hours taking the poly tool down. Folded all that up, got that nice and tidy, so I'll put that now in the workshop, ready to use for next time round. It's quite windy as well here now at the moment. Also what I've done is I've moved the swimming pool now to the bottom, give it a bit of a clean, filled it up. Obviously while the wind's been going, we've got leaves and everything going in, so I'll just quickly show you that now. So that's the swimming pool now that's in, and it's down the bottom bit, and obviously like I said, we've got a few bits of debris in there, but that's not going to be that much of an issue. It's just down here temporary for the time being. I want to check to see if it's got any leaks in it, because obviously it's been moved from up the top. In the event of there being any leaks in it, and I do still use it, that being, what I'll do is I'll put some tarpaulin in there, and that'll just use it, because you've still got a decent frame, we've still got a decent liner in here, but obviously if there's any leaks in, it's going to defeat the object of it, because obviously if I get any more fish coming in pretty sharpish, or I've got to do something in emergency, I need somewhere to be able to store them, because currently I don't have anywhere to store them. So what my plan is at some stage is to have a quarantine tank in the garage, so that's something else I've got to build a little bit further down the line. Trust me, slippers are really expensive still at the moment, and I would like to make it out of slippers in the garage so I can easily take it down as and when. But I'll show you that so you can. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go have a play now with the canister filters, and once I've got that done, I'll come back and I'll explain to you how I've done it. So been messing about now for about an hour or so. Had a couple of issues with one of the pressure filters, so I've had to decommission that one. Take out another one to use as a spare, and then the other two then I'll try and sort out, and I'll take them over to Daz's in the next couple of weeks or so. So managed to get the pressure filters set up. I'll give you a quick overview so you can see basically what it looks like. So 2 pressure filters we've got set up. So pipe comes into the pond, comes out, comes into the first pressure filter, and this one here has got all of the foams in. So it's coarse and medium that's in these two, it's in this one here. This is filled completely right down to the bottom, and obviously then the one that normally goes back into the pond is now going back into this filter here, so it comes in round there, look, and then comes into this one. This one is completely full of Ciprox Bio Home Ultimate, small scale stuff, and Alpha Grog. And the way that I've set it up is you've got Alpha Grog in the bottom, then you've got a layer of Ciprox, and then the rest of it is full of Bio Home. So obviously as the water comes in through a pipe, comes down, comes through the Alpha Grog, comes through the Ciprox, comes through the Bio Home, and then comes back and then exits back into the pond. A nice simple system. What I've done is I've used 2 boxes so I can physically raise this up. This is only obviously an experiment, because obviously this seating area I want to try and keep in a nice condition. So again, this is just an experiment. What I'll actually be doing a bit further down as well is I'll be recommissioning this here, which used to be my homemade backy shower system. That'll turn that into a 3-tier a little bit later on, and then what I'll do then is set it up, and I'll show you the best way that I've done that one as well. I did it a couple of years ago, so I'll do it again this time round. So what I'll do, I'll give it a couple of weeks. And I'll come back to you, and then you can see what the filtration's like through the two systems. So it is a good little system. Well, I hope it's a good little system. I won't know until we get everything sorted. You have to excuse all the wood up here. This is going to be stuff that I'm going to be using a little bit later on. Because obviously I've started to take the wood out to the top. And I've got to store it for somewhere. Because I'm going to use this a bit further down the line as a makeshift table that I'm then going to use for my new teppanyaki plate that I bought, which is considerably bigger than my old one. So yeah, at some stage as well I'm going to try and get some help from a few other people, because I'm not the world's best when it comes to doing videoing, and all you ever seem to see is my ugly mug. And I think I do need to have a shave at some stage and a bit of a scrub up, as it were. But I do like the rough look. It goes down pretty well. And obviously I'm back to work tomorrow, and hopefully, like I said, we've got the delivery coming, and then we've got Dazza coming down in a couple of weeks' time, so I can get some concreting done. I've got our Daniel coming down as well, hopefully as well, so I'll be even better. And then obviously we've got Jack coming down as well, so no problem at all. So this is just a quick video just to show you what I've done with this to get this up and running. Again, in a couple of weeks' time I'll show you what the fish look like in the IBC tank. They are coming on absolutely fantastic, by the way, and I mean really good. I'm feeding in my own special brew, and I don't mean from an alcoholic point of view, I mean from a mixed point of view. So some stage down the line I'll show you what I'm doing. There's a lot of logic behind what I've done, and the way I'm going to do it. It's obviously going to be called the Mad Dog Mix. But it's going to be obviously within everybody's budget. It is going to give you plenty of protein, so you're going to get plenty of build up from your fish as well. It has been tested a couple of times, and the results have been phenomenal. That can be confirmed obviously through Jack. We did some of the tests with his fry over the course of last year and the beginning of this year, so a lot of it's been in experiments anyway. So the last thing I want to do is give you any ideas of anything that I've done and then it fails. I'd rather do it, fail, tell you it's failed and tell you why it's failed, and then give you what we've done, how we've got around it, and this is the best way to do it. We'll try and keep it within budget as well to make it better. So yep, so we'll leave it for now. Obviously there'll be an update tomorrow, so hopefully that'll be when the delivery comes through. So hopefully I'll be smiling then. So apart from that, catch you soon. Okay, good afternoon. It is afternoon over here as well. It's quite grey. It's quite warm though, to be fair, especially for beginning of February. I've had a bit of a delivery today, so I'll just quickly show you what I got here. So we got a load of cement, we've got these bad boys, there's a load of sand, there's a load of gravel. So I'm sure you can guess what's going to be happening in the next couple of weeks. So keep going through as we're going to bits and pieces. Got to get the bottom drain marked up, and we've got to get that solvent welded, get all that all in place and get that finished. Get it to exactly how we need it. I'm probably just going to come probably about 25 mil above the decking, so I've got a little bit of an overhang. Bearing in mind it's a 4-inch pipe onto a 4-inch ball valve, they are quite heavy. So I've got to make sure that when I set it all up, the weight's covered as well, and it's covered in place. I'll show you all that as we're going along anyway. So like I said, it's just a quick update, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Okay, so it's that time of the time for the do the job, as it were, and that's me talking like a complete and utter idiot, but there you go. So today's the day we start getting some concreting in. Got my main man Dazza coming up. It should be any time in the next half an hour or so. I just want to show you where we are. You'll have to excuse the mess on the bottom drain in a minute, but it'll give you a bit of an understanding of what we've done so far, so hold on 2 seconds. So bottom drain's in, hole's finished as you can see. So that level there is basically what we're going to be. So by the time the blocking's done, it'll come above that. So that is approximately 600 mil deep with 150 mil of concrete that's going to be going in. With 150 mil of concrete that's going into that. So we've got all the concrete mixer and everything. There's our Daniel, all smiling, knowing what he's got to do today. So, and as you can see, it's all been dug down. So we've left that area at the back, and the reason for that is because there's a 2-inch return pipe that's going to be going all the way around the entire side. So by the time all the block work's in, we'll have, the plan will be to have 4 returns in. So it is quite extreme with the bottom drain, which is 4-inch. Massive thank you to Cotswold Kai for looking after me with that on the kit that we bought. So the whole thing is now set up. So all we've got to do now is we've got to make sure that this is level, so it sits nice. So what we'll be doing is, as you can see, that's quite out at the moment. So bear with us a couple of seconds and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, look who's here. Oh yeah, Dazza.
Morning.
So obviously Daz's going to be doing all the concreting today. So like I said, this is a bit of fun. So we're going to set up this bottom drain to make sure we've got it level. The easiest way to do it is, and I know it sounds daft, is a screw in the decking. And what we're going to do is literally pull that pipe to bring that level, and then we'll backpack it before we put the concrete in. Nice, easy, simple roll. So once you set that up, we'll get back to you. Just explain to you how we're going to do the concreting then, Dad.
Right, we'll have these metal pegs.
Yep.
Hammer one of these in at each corner.
Yep.
1.5 inches higher than the bottom drain.
Right.
And then this will be the top finish of our concrete. We can
yep.
slope down to the bottom drain.
Oh, fantastic.
That will give it the fall all the way around.
Absolutely perfect. So each one's going to go in each corner. And then based on that then, you'll do it so we've got a decline straight into the bottom drain. And 1.5 inches is going to be crazy. Because that's going to do, plus once we've got all the returns in, that'll create a vortex which will ship everything down to the bottom drain. I think it's safe to say this might be an awesome ultimate build between us, don't you think?
So
let's see how we get on. Thanks, man. Right, so rebar's gone in now for the bottom, and obviously we're cutting around the bottom drain now in preparation for some cementing. I'll get back to you in a bit. Right, so just to give you a bit of an update, I originally turned around and said we were going to put 6 inches of concrete in. I've sort of got it wrong quite a bit. So we're currently at what? Get Daz? Yeah. So we're currently at 1.25 tons, and it's approximately nearly a foot deep of concrete.
Yeah, it's going nowhere.
So we sort of miscalculated, but I've got the main man here to sort it. At the end of the day, mate, we could put 50,000 gallons in here and it's going to go nowhere. But yeah, we'll get back to you as this is finished. There's no point showing you what concrete's been fitted because we all know. But yeah, we'll get back to you in a bit. Okay, just to give you a bit of a report back, like everybody else, we haven't really had a lot of luck with the rain. As you're aware, we started to do some concreting. Dazza and our Daniel come down and started to do the concreting in the main base for the new grow-on pond. I'll just show you where that is now. There is quite a lot of water in there, so bear with me. So as you can see, that's actually full and floating. And obviously it's had a bit of a decline with some of the dirt that's in there as well, so obviously that's dropped in, so that'll be a sweep out before we do everything else. And then what I'll do then is I'll show you the footings that have been done as well. Obviously it's a bit of a mess down here, so just bear with me. Here's all the blocks ready for the pond to get built, and those are the footings that's gone in there. Bearing in mind this garden is on a stupid angle, you can see that all that's done now. There's a little bit of build up of water over there, look, which means it's all running in that direction, which ain't bad. Again, you'll have to excuse the noise because obviously it's quite noisy when I'm on the main road. Hopefully when everything dries out, hopefully we'll get Dazza back over to do a bit more. Need to get it done no later than the Easter holiday. And then obviously I've got the fiberglass coming in the end of May, so around the Whitsun holiday. So I'll keep catching back as things go along, so have fun. Right, so we're about 7 days in now after putting the new filtration system in. Just give the fish a bit of food. You can see relatively how clear it is. I'm just going to do a bit of an underwater shot, so let's see if I can get this to work.